put together a report for all the problems you told me about, and I hope it helps. Now, it's a little overwhelming, I know, when see all these sources and research I did, but you don't have to do everything right away. I mean, look, I got about 35 categories here in the table of contents. Take a look, and really, go through it closely. Just look at headlines and skim through, and don't look at a novel that you have to read everything right away. I mean, if you read, that'd be great, but few of us have that kind of time. But let me go through the items here we have. First thing, because you have a lot of issues, with a debt collector, somebody has your car loan, and wow, let's handle that problem first. You have other things that I want to talk to you about, but here first, there's something right where you live in California. They have offices where they're getting grants to help you with all kinds of financial problems. Particularly, you have debt problems and things like this. They've known it before. They don't charge you anything, and more importantly, they have nothing else to sell you. You're going to Google somebody to get help like this. Man, they're going to find ways to sell you something that you're going to believe you need, because it's hard to compete with the salesman. They practice every day and saying the magic words that are going to make you buy something, and you just wake up in the morning thinking people are honest, and they may be honest, but they're a little honest, like, but here, make an appointment. Here, I got a listing of these people. They're supported by HUD, Department of Housing or Development, and they're professionals. They're not really HUD employees. They're contractors. I got videos there of people who do this. So if you want to scan through those videos, you'll see the kind of people that do this. They're not shysters trying to sell you something or upgrade you or whatever. I mean, the people I've talked to, 90% of them are really trying to help you and not sell you anything. Now, because you have somebody, an organization, a company, trying to do you mean or bad or immoral or illegal, whatever it is. I mean, you're a lawyer yourself, so you know this. There's always attorneys there that will fight the law for you, and that's their job. But what I find, for people, particularly organizations, that do you wrong, find the people that regulate them. Because everyone's regulated, every business or whatever is regulated by somebody, and people are more afraid, I feel, particularly businesses and organizations, are more afraid of somebody in the federal government than they are of your attorney. Because the attorney could just sue them and get money for you. A government agency that regulates them, if they don't do it correctly or whatever, they can put them out of business. See, it's like you getting a bill from the IRS for $75 or something like that, and the IRS is wrong. Now, are you going to fight the IRS, that bureaucracy? You'll probably just send the $75. So that's the same attitude a lot of corporations take. And that's why if you use the big bureaucracy that will investigate them, see, it costs nothing. They have to investigate if you file a complaint. So that company that you don't like is going to get this letter from a government official saying, "Hey, what's going on here?" Whatever, and they're going to look. It's like their mother calling them, whatever. So I found the two agencies in California, that regulate them. They seem to. One of them may tell you have the wrong office or whatever, but here's a place to start. One that regulates the consumer loan licensing agency. So they regulate anybody dealing with consumer loans. And I show you the link there to contact them. And the other one is the Attorney General's office. And you may want to start there first. And remember, they'll investigate no matter what. So even if you hire an attorney to do something, do this too. Because it costs you nothing, and it's, God, you never know. Also, I don't know if you could raise money to fight legal battles in crowdfunding. Crowdfunding, that's where you go and tell your story on the web, and people give you money to do that. Well, there's one just for fighting for justice, like you're trying to get, right? So here, I give you the link for that. It's called Funded Justice. And see if something like that. And again, remember, it costs you nothing to try something like this. That's the important thing, man. If it costs you nothing, you got nothing to lose, but time. And that may be a more valuable resource actually. But if you don't have a lot of extra spending money, man, find the time to fight. At least give you satisfaction for taking a punch back, even if you still get knocked out. Okay, also there's another company, website that does this, Generosity. There's 1,000 crowdfunding websites. But these two seem to be, at least the one that pop up in my mind and whatever, to be the places to start. You can always go and GoFundMe. I don't think Kickstarter will do something like that, but a lot of the other smaller ones, will do. But generosity, you'll see, I gave you a link there of people, if you search for legal defense on generosity. Now, generosity.com is owned by Indiegogo, and they're like the second biggest crowdfunding source. And I show you some examples there. Now, the other thing, what I use a lot and go to, is your elected official. Somebody who messes with you. They're like a government office in that they have power over somebody, but they know the system better than anybody else. And see, I have some videos there that show you how to use your elected official and how powerful they are and why they want to work for you. Because, see, they want to work for you because if they help you get that money back or whatever, they call some government agency to have them call this person or whatever, or just call the company themselves from their office. I mean, see, some intern at the congressman's office could call this finance agency, say, this is Congressman so-and-so's office. We want to know what you're doing to our constituent. Man, yeah. Oh, yes, people don't want to mess with the government. They're so afraid of the government. Particularly business people, because they're all probably cheating on their taxes anyway. So they're worried about it. It's cheaper to pay you off than to hire an attorney and fight all the bureaucracies. Because you have a big company or even a small company fighting some bureaucracy. Man, they could get tied up in tens of thousands of dollars of legal bills. So that's what would come to my mind to start on doing that. Now, the other thing I'm trying to put together, the next group of items are the things that may be the best places to start for where your situation is. You're not sure your employment and what you're going to do. You got your daughter and is cared for and all this kind of stuff. And so even though you have a degree already, you could, if you're not employed right now, you could still get like $8,000 to train for a new job. So maybe you want to update your skills. Maybe you want to, you have a legal background now, but you want to get, take a 5-month course in, something to do with the law that you don't know yet. So you get that credential and be able to get hired. Well, this is where you get that kind of money. See, professional money, you get it. Anybody can get. Doctors, lawyers, you can be a millionaire and still get this money. So it's $8,000. I got videos there too that show you these people who are handing out the money. They explain it to you, and you see that this isn't make-up stuff. This is real stuff. You got to go through the bureaucratic hurdles, but what the hell? Who else is going to give you $8,000 and not to? Well, even if you want to change, I give up the law and I want to be a massage therapist or a yoga instructor or whatever, and get money to do something like that. That's what they're too. Now, also remember, particularly, you can get free money to live on while you start your business. And I have a video there that shows you, how this can be done. Now, it's not available in every state, but many states have it, and I give you the listing there of where to find it in your state. Now, there's another thing you may want to, if you're trying to, save money really to do something, you want to buy a house, start a business or whatever, one of the neatest things people don't know about is individual development accounts, IDAs. And this is where if you put in $1 to save for your business, your home, your college, whatever it is, the government put in an extra $5 for you. Or whatever. It varies by the opportunity. These are subsidized by the federal government, by nonprofit organizations, and stuff like that. But nobody knows about them. They don't advertise. So I show you all the places in California where you could get that money. So imagine putting in $1 and you get a $5. Imagine if you went to the casino and bet $1 and you get $5 back every time you bet. Wow, you do that all day, right? So to me, that's the most incredible investment ever, I think, in the history of the United States. Venture capitalists don't do that well. Maybe one out of a gazillion do, but the rest of us don't. And there's a listing there of all the people you can call. All the states, see you're eligible, what programs they had, what's the matching rate they do. Also, now here's something, you're looking for a job or you want to be a freelancer, anything to do or even start your own business, I want to make sure you know about what the business development centers. And here's the one for your county there. This is, again, offices, professionals. A lot of times they're with the local universities. They get grants to help you start any kind of business, to help you start a nonprofit, to help you become a freelancer, because say, oh, well, I'm going to be a freelancer now and I don't know about the laws, or I don't know about taxes or finance or marketing or all this kind of stuff. They help you all that kind of stuff for free. If you Google that, it's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars, and you don't want to. These are people who are doing that for free for you, but you don't know because they won't show up in Google. That's why they show up in my report, because I've been studying this stuff so bloody long. And I want people to know about it. Now, here's another thing that California has, or actually it's everywhere, but the community development financial institutions. When you need money and the banks won't talk to you, go there. These are banks for people who can't get money at banks. Why? Because they get money from the government to make sure these, other people be able to get money. Not just fat cats who go to the bank. But to me, most banks are for people who don't really need money. People really need money. Banks aren't going to give it to them. So that's why we have these banks there. The community development financial institutions. Also, now look in your city in Anaheim. You have two cities listed. They help you start a business. So this is, some local programs. I went around and did the research about what's locally there for you. A lot of people see, most of the stuff is happening locally. People say, I'm trying to find Washington money helping something. No, don't go to Washington, locally, because see, the federal government gives money, the state government gives money, the local government and everything. So it falls downhill. So that's why you see, this is the office there in Anaheim that helps you start a business. Look how much fun. They employee training funds, employee recruiting assistance. They have technical services, free business workshops and everything. So this is right locally. These are folks, your neighbors, could help you start a business. Also here, rebates. So you were looking for extra money for you too, to solve problems and whether, look at this list. Anaheim has a whole bunch of programs for making your home green. Like even free trees, because trees bring shades, and shades bring shadows and not so much sun, and so you save energy. Or money for weatherization, or free for fluorescent, you know what I mean, fluorescent lights, and those kinds of things. Utility assistance based on income. This is, again, a county program. Who would have think? Look, low-income energy assistance, dusk-to-dawn lighting, income qualified assistance, weatherization, all this kind of stuff. So that's right at your local level. So make sure you look at all those, see what, and also your local level has, besides Medi-Cal, that you probably know about or whatever, but they have a database of places that you could get health care if you're not covered by Medi-Cal. And these are sliding scale databases for you, for dental, for health care, or whatever. So this is a good list to know about, list to have. And also there's a national database there too. I gave you a listing here for national database of local health clinics. So if you don't find anything in your local database, go to this national one and see what's there, because God, if you don't have good health, then everything's shot in your life. So make sure you keep up on that. And this is a way, if you can't afford the normal kind of health care and you don't have a plan, that look at these sources. Okay. Also, when I was doing this, I remember that there's a national program that where hospitals have to take care of you if you can't afford to pay the bill. It's not every hospital, but here's a database of 147 hospitals around the country that got government money at one time, and because they accepted that money, they got to treat you for free if you can't pay. But they're not going to have a big sign in the hospital, free care, come and get it. So you got to know about it ahead of time. And that's why, so I show you how to find out about that ahead of time. Now here's financial assistance to care for children. Child is still in your house and you need financial assistance for that, that's a local program. Grocery money, that's another local program. Emergency cash relief, you need an emergency cash relief, that's a local program. Here, $40,000 to fix up your home, that's a local program. Now here's something interesting, cash assistance for immigrants. And you're in Orange County. Man, I thought that was the most conservative counties in the world, right? And actually, and they're giving out assistance for immigrants. The head of the Conservative Party or the Republican Republican Party is saying no more immigrants, or something to that effect, right? And so when I looked at the demographic data in Orange County, and there's like twice as many Republicans as there are Democrats, and still they have a program that gives cash assistance to immigrants. So it's amazing how everybody has a good heart. You just have to find it a little harder than some people. $40,000 again to help your home. Refugee cash assistance. There's that other immigrant thing. Now here's another thing, the 211. Okay, this is free help on anything. See, what's if you go to Google and look for something for help on something, paying your bill or mortgage or getting legal help or all this kinds of, you're going to get people going to charge you money if you're looking for that on Google. But if you go to 211, that's a database of nonprofits and government agencies, and they're a hotline. You call them up and just say what you want. See, I have a breakdown there of the kind of help they're categorized. And they got thousands and thousands of organizations, crisis services, family services, income and employment, in resource centers, and mental health, legal assistance, food, healthcare. All these things. Look, I did the database myself, and call. I mean, if you can't find it in the database, just call 211. No matter where you are in this country, you can just call 211. And I thought, look, for rent payment assistance, there's 21 organizations that help you with what rent payment assistance. Here's another one for interpersonal relationship counseling. Wow, you and your housemate are not getting along well. 40 organizations that provide that kind of counseling for free. Who would have thought? You're going to look. I mean, counselors have to make money, so why not get the ones that are getting grants and treat you for free? But you got to know where they are. Okay. Now here's another report. This is download. Download this report. It's something we did that shows you how to get a fast $700 in an emergency with no payback, no scams or whatever. Step by step, the process you do not get caught up, with these banks that promise you fast money. People on the internet, the payday loan people, you're going to get billed, 1,000% before they finish with you. So don't you ever use one of them. Look at this download. You download it right there. Also, I have 50 websites for financial giveaway for consumers. Download that. You'll see all kinds of neat things that you could make extra money on and giveaways that the government has that you're not aware of. And then also, here's one of the most important things. The top 25 programs in your state. Okay, this is just for your state of government programs. So I identify the offices in your state to contact. Look at that list. Everything from collecting child support payment that you don't have to paying your phone bill, your heating bill, cheap health care, missing deposit, unclaimed money, money for a job, all these things. They're all there. Free prescription drugs, right? People don't realize that. A lot of healthcare plans aren't covering it, or co-pays are $1,000 or whatever. Man, look at this for free prescription drugs. There's 25 organizations there, and the links and what to do with it. Then after that list, I also have a video. 25 short videos on each of those programs. So if you're looking, well, what's this prescription drug thing? You look at the video, and that will tell you about the prescription drug program. Okay, so we go through that list. We're going down through the 25 videos. Then we get to the other stuff. Where is it? Okay. Student loans. I forgot to ask you if you have a student loan problem. Most people do. And I see you had a lot of education, so you probably do. So I put some stuff in here on what to do if you have trouble paying your student loans. There's new programs out there, and if you go on the internet and say you have trouble with your student loans, you're going to get hucksters finding you that you don't need to talk to because the government will do it for free. You see the first item I have here is telling you, beware, private companies may contact you with offers to help with your student loans for a fee. Remember, you never have to pay for help with your student loans. And that's the government telling you that because they set the rules and regulations. So I take you step by step, what to do with that, how to get your student loan payment reduced. And actually, you could reduce it down to like $5 a month. It depends on your income you're making, And also you can have enough to be forgiven too. You don't even have to pay it all. If you have trouble, financial trouble, learn about about these options, and don't go to a private organization to do that, because they're going to get money out of you. And I even have it there for the plus loans, if you have a plus loans, because they run a little different. And there's a video that explains your options. Watch that video if you don't do anything else, just so you have that, because you probably know people who have this problem, so you could help them. Okay, now here's something that I think we all have to start knowing about. And this is about the gig economy. This is how to make money, without a traditional job. More and more organizations are doing that. I mean, people driving for Uber, making $50,000, $90,000 a year, whatever, just with their own car, and they just work whenever they want to. See, this is no boss. You don't have to worry about collecting money, because the platform, the website does it all. Uber does it all. You don't have to worry about finding customers, because the website, the platform, they find the customers for you. And that's why it's easier now than any time in the history of the world, I think, to be your own employer, your boss. Even though you'll have customers, but you log in and log out whenever you want to. I mean, if you used to get a part-time job in this country, man, you used to have to be there every day at a certain day. But people with flexible income, flexible lives, they have to take care of their kids, go to soccer practice or whatever, or work on their artwork or their job that they're trying to start. You just work when you want to. Today I want to work 3 hours in the afternoon. You put yourself available, and you do it. And you see the growth in this. This is where the companies are growing. This is where jobs are growing. Like Uber, there's 1 million people that are making money on Uber, but they only have like 2,000 employees. It's all people making money. Airbnb, there's like 1 million or 2 million people making money on Airbnb, but they only have a couple thousand employees. That's it. It's other people that are making money on it. And see, these companies now are worth more than huge companies. Like Airbnb is worth, something like $20 to $40 billion. Hyatt Hotels is only worth 10. So Airbnb is worth 2, 3, 4 times that already, and they've only been around 4 or 5 years. This is where the jobs are going. It's good or bad. People say there's a lot of things wrong with it. Maybe, but that's where the action is. That's where the growth is. And if you keep an eye on what's growing, that's where there's an opportunity. Things that are shrinking, people are fighting for the crumbs. Things that are growing, man, everybody's happier and they're giving stuff away. So that's why it's more fun and easier to do that. And so it shows you the kinds of different jobs you could get like that, where there's Airbnb and those kinds of things. I'll show you. You don't even have to have real estate. You manage other people's empty rooms or empty bedrooms or empty apartment buildings or homes when they're on vacation, and you handle the website for them and share the money. Here's ride sharing, car sharing, delivery services. You could deliver for like Amazon. They're paying $18 to $25 an hour for you to get in your car and take a package somewhere, because they want it over, it's out there soon. And again, it's just on an app. You decide when you want to work. Relay rides, DoorDash. Your bike, you have a bicycle you're not using. You can make money off of that. People will come and rent your bike. A guy I talked to doing that, man, he got enough extra money to buy 5 bicycles from that. Also on food, delivering food, shopping for food for people. All this way is an easy way to make money, that people don't realize. And it's all where your skills and talent. Look at all these things. Skills and talent, Feastly, Etsy, TaskRabbit, Fiverr, Sparkplug, GigWalk, all these places. You investigate them. That's a new way to work, and people making $300 a month, or $40 an hour, $75 a week. It's extra money. It's full-time money. It's all kinds of money. Teaching $45 an hour, on Take Lessons, or $300 a month on Skillshare. That's what you have extra money. Gosh, there's so many ways. Babysitting, taking care of dogs. People making $30,000, $40,000 in their home taking care of dogs when people are away. Their pets. Man, that's amazing. Caring for children, seniors, pets, and housekeeping. Another way to make money for Petsy, Rover.com. Moving, bellhops. Gosh, there are just so many ways to do things nowadays. So it's that gig economy, that's doing. And actually, one of the biggest things, we have an item here, is how to get a government contract as a freelancer. Talking about the big gig economy, the government is still the mother of the gig economies. They give more money out for contracts and whatever, for anything. You could be even a lawyer on your kitchen table reviewing things for government offices or subcontracting, kinds of things. So they hire freelancers or whatever. So all you need is a business card. You're in business. I show you videotapes here of offices you can walk into, and they'll help you find out where those contracts are. It's a pain in the butt to learn, but once you learn it, man, you get the business over and over and over again. That's what's important about it. Like getting a grant or whatever, that's only a one-time thing. Getting a contract, you get it today, it runs out, you get another one, you get another one. My sister does about $1 million in her garage out in the middle of Virginia because she puts frames on their plaques or something like that. Wow, it's amazing what's out there. So be aware of that, and also crowdfunding. Remember, this is a way to finance almost anything. Crowdfunding is almost like $35 billion now. Crowdfunding gives out more money to artists than the National Endowment of the Arts. And remember, the great thing is a place to get money you don't have to pay back. And it's free. It costs nothing to try. And there's no income requirements. There's no credit checks. And you keep the money forever. There's no complicated forms. You get it fast. In 30, 60 days, you got the money. You don't have to put up with fat cat gatekeepers because the audience, the people out there, tell you if it's good or not some fat cat gatekeeper. That's only the experts, so-called experts. They don't know. And that's why the closer you get to the community, the more you could learn if it's right or wrong and see what's neat, particularly for a business idea or whatever. So you fail. Then you try another one. That's it. So it's a great place to fail because it costs nothing. And here's some interesting, and I got videos there of people who in consulting business and whatever have used it to help start their businesses. But here's another thing. Look at the last item there. It's learn why women are 100% more successful than men at crowdfunding. And I have a report there that shows you about 65 women who I've interviewed. They tell you how they've done it, and the data show it's not me just saying it or those women saying it. No. The University of Pennsylvania researchers did the data on this, and women are up to 100% more successful at getting money for their ventures than men are on crowdfunding. Because, see, the typical place for particularly business to get money is to go to venture capitalists. Okay, 95% of venture capitalists are men. As a result, 95% of the venture capital money go to men. Crowdfunding is different. Yeah, this is why women are getting more crowdfunding money than men are, because 45% of the people who give money to ideas on crowdfunding are women. So it represents like the population. Almost half the people giving money are women. It's not like venture capital is 95%, right? They can't relate to women. They're all guys. Want to hang around the locker room and slap each other on the ass or whatever they do there. And that's why women are kicking the pants off of men in the new ways of getting money. Well, I gave you a lot of work on. Again, skim through this, pick out the things that you think immediately help, and then dig in the rest, one at a time when you have time to do this. You got enough to keep you busy for a little bit. And if you have any more questions, let us know.